All right, hey, welcome back, my friends, fellow pickers alike. We're going to do a really fun minor blues chord progression today, and it's got a little something for everybody. We're going to spruce up what you already know, maybe give you some new stuff, and we can definitely play this in the sort of blues by yourself fashion as well. That seems to be a pretty popular thing, so let's keep doing it. But we'll also play it with the band for context. So I'll have tracks, I'll even have a little hi-hat you can play to instead of a standard old metronome. All right, we're going to include all that like we normally like to here. So we're going to be in the key of A minor. We're going to focus a lot on minor 7 chords. If you haven't played these, consult the tab. They're all going to be there. And that's going to be your A minor 7. This is really important because these chords will go into jazz, R&B, some pop and rock as well. And that's an A minor 7. We'll go over this in the lesson. Then, of course, we'll have a D minor 7, and we'll have an E minor 7. Those will be our sort of 3 chords to base our progression from. But we're going to be doing some riffs. Stuff like that, okay? We'll get into that. And then we're going to play, you know, our minor 4 chord, you could call it, which is our D minor 7. We'll make moves like that. Cool turnaround. E7 sharp 9, E7 flat 9. You're saying to yourself, Corey, I come on your channel, I'm a beginner, this is over my head. That's okay. You can get your feet wet with some of this stuff, and why not put it in a progression that's fun to play? The track you're going to hear me play is a little more up-tempo, but then we're going to break it down and play it a lot slower so we really get it. So you have chords, riffs, All right, let's hear me play it with the track, and then we'll teach it. Let's do it. I love playing that kind of blues rhythm, and to be honest, it sounds a little better to me when the tempo is up a little bit and it's got a nice bouncy feel to it, which is why I made the performance that way. We're going to slow it down and really dissect it, but I just wanted to get the point across and have a little fun with the track. That track will be included as well as a slower one, and we're going to include a hi-hat that will be sort of your metronome, if you will. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute, but let's talk about the progression, and you should first get familiar with an A minor 7. If you haven't played this before, okay? So you're gonna take your second finger, put it there on the 6th string, 5th fret, and then your third finger is going to bar strings 4, 3, and 2. And the magic of this is that your second finger mutes that 5th string. So you can just kind of whack away, and you should be able to get a nice sound from it. Now, for beginners, it might be tough to get that third finger down for a while, but you'll get it. If you catch the top string, it's okay, but most of the time, most players just opt for that type of sound. And you're going to give it just a little shuffle down, up, 1, and up, that sort of thing. Then what I do is I respond with a single line. That just comes out of A minor pentatonic. So if you know that in pattern 1, you're in good shape. So A minor 7, you're going to go E, G, A, 7, 5, 7, strings 5 and 4. What you'll also hear me do sometimes is play that kind of idea, which is just going back to that E note. E, G, E, A, which is 7, 5, 7, 7. This will all be in the tab. I'll probably put one of the two riffs in there, but you get it. Okay? So then I take it one step further, and I want to play more of this sort of keyboard response. And what I did there was take just a tiny piece of an A minor 7 chord. We took an A, an E. You hear that old bridge rattling on that guitar? A, E, and G are my notes. And those notes really help to make up an A minor 7. Now there's no C note in it, which would be that. But for a riff-based groove like this, this is all we need. And when I come off of that chord, I'm going to play a D triad. You heard me right. This is way, way more advanced, but this is what they'll often refer to as substitution or reharmonizing, things like that, because oftentimes you can substitute some notes over top of a chord momentarily to get a really cool passing tone. And this is what that's a really base level of explanation there. So it's like A minor 7, D triad to A minor 7. There's that little A minor 7 3-note chord there, A, E, and G. Lift your fingers off, you're gonna bar strings 4, 3, and 2. That's A, D, and F sharp. And then it passes right to that A minor 7 again. So that whole riff in its entirety. Okay? Now you're gonna be scratching your head, a lot of you saying, how can a D triad work over an A minor 7 chord? It's a much, much bigger topic, but I thought that's a really fun thing to get playing. A lot of times I would learn things I didn't understand and then reverse engineer them, and it would take some time, but that's how I learned a lot, is I would just get my hands on something that sounded cool and take it from there. Okay? Now we get into the D minor 7. Actually, let's finish that up. Again. And then I'll often just sit on that little A minor 7 chord and go to the D minor 7 shape here. Now this is a D minor 7 bar chord on the 5th fret. If you know D minor, let's just start there. If you know the D minor bar chord shape in its entirety, all you gotta do is take your pinky off. And you have a D minor 7. So we're going D minor 7. Then what I do is I go up here, and you can think about this in two ways. You could think about this as A minor pentatonic pattern 3, which will give you the notes A, C, D. Then what I do is I walk it down, watch this move. D minor 7, lo and behold, comes from that shape. Then I do another one of those cool keyboard walk downs that's more advanced. And I play these little triads here, which is like an E minor passing triad to a D minor passing triad. So those notes are B, E, and G, and then A, D, and F. This will all be in the tab. I'm gonna move quickly through it, but that's why I do the performance, so you know what the end result is, okay? If I put the performance at the end, you guys would hate it and you'd never watch the entire video. So we're here. Pretty darn cool on its own, right? Don't you love all that stuff? Man, it's really, really cool. So again, from that D chord, back to A minor 7. Then I just play the riff twice. A lot of times when you're doing this stuff, you don't want to get jumping around too much. You want to create a little theme, and sort of be on and off the gas a little bit, you know? Like this is on the gas. Back it off. Now we're going to back it off and play E minor 7. Then what I do is I was like, let's do a call and response for that too. And we're going to play this little interval, and we're going to slide into that E minor 7. So let's make sure we know where E minor 7 is. 7th fret, just like an E minor chord with the pinky off. But what I do is, you see these two notes right here, string 4 and string 2, that's frets 9 and 8 respectively. I'm going to change up my fingering and slide into those. Make sure I'm running the camera here, good for you to see. And I slide from a whole step away. I think that's a great way to do it. 2nd finger and 1st finger, strings 4 and 2. Do the same thing down a whole step. And I'll do more lessons on what those intervals are and stuff too. But let's have some fun, learn something cool. Okay, I breezed by that A minor stuff because you should know that by now, or at least you saw it. We're gonna play Jimi Hendrix chord, E7 sharp 9. Think about this. This is the E7. It comes from that. Do you know an E9? Maybe you do. That top note on the 2nd string is your 9. And to sharp it or raise it, the pinky has to go up. And that's your E7 sharp 9. But then, to round it off, I play an E7 flat 9. Wow, is this too much for you? No, it's not. You can take it in small pieces, all right? I want to give something for everybody here. So it goes 3, 3, 4, as far as the beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, back to that. So this E7 sharp 9 here, give you a good shot of that. And then to play the E7 flat 9, take that finger off and bar with that 1st finger. So you're getting strings 2 and 3 on the 6th fret. And then these fingers will stay the same from where they were for the E7 sharp 9 on the 7th fret, strings 5 and 4. And why is that nice? You get this little walk down. Beautiful voice leading stuff there. And you got it. Right? Let's play it with the track, or let's play it with the hi-hat and see if we can't really practice against that so when we pull all the music away, it sounds good by ourselves. All right, so let's play this hi-hat at 90 beats per minute here and just kind of play those examples and see how you can practice to this and not the full-on drum kit. You can practice to the track and the keys and the bass that are in it, but when you're playing by yourself, this is a good way to test you because you don't have anything else to lean on. So let's try it. This is 90. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what you'll see me do oftentimes when this is sped up a little bit, I'll get to some of these chords and I'll embellish what I'm doing in the right hand. In the turnaround I might go. Things like that, where once I know the riffs, I can play one as long as I want, I can move on when I want, and I can kind of put some other things I might have learned from my rhythm practice already in. Let's slow the track down even more and see if we really can't walk through it. Let's try it one more time. This might be painfully slow. 3, 4. Here we go. Hold it. It's okay to practice that slowly, but what's nice is that I'm doing it in time, so it's not just that's not musical. What's musical is keeping it nice and slow and steady. That truly does win the race. And I've seen results from former students from years gone by do this method and then have a stronger time feel. All right, so lots of fun stuff there. You could take weeks and weeks and weeks just on one or two of those pieces. One last thing, if you have a chord, you could do fun things like give some flavor by sliding into it. You see me do that a lot. I didn't really go into it too much because it's a style thing, it's a little advanced, and you gotta get your hands on the chords first. But think about learning in layers like this, okay? Get the chords, practice them in time, make them sound good, start to get some of the inflections of maybe sliding into it, getting a good sound, those kinds of things, okay? It's a journey. I know you're up for it. I'm gonna be here the whole way. So, as long as you subscribe, hit the thumbs up, I'll be so thankful, and I'll see you on the next lesson for sure, because I got something else cool just waiting in my back pocket. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, great minor blues thing here, lots of fun to do. Enjoy the track, enjoy the tab, enjoy the hi-hat thing, play along to that as well, and try to find yourself some software that maybe slows stuff down for you. I think that'd be really cool too. It's gotta be out there somewhere. I use something called the Amazing Slowdowner. It works for me. And as always, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate the support. Couldn't be doing it without you. So come back and join me on another lesson, would you? I hope so. And subscribe, because I'll be here waiting on you. All right, take care. See you.